morning. Today we're going to talk about some personal branding tips. And this is really great for a lot of people who have been furloughed recently in 2020 due to the COVID pandemic or otherwise. But it also is really great information for anybody who's already an entrepreneur or anyone who's either getting ready to start looking for a new job or start their own business. So it applies to a lot of you out there. This is something I try to do for myself and my clients regularly, the little audit we're going to talk about. But then I'm also going to share a few tips for LinkedIn specifically, which is always a great place to personally market and brand yourself, whether you're a job seeker or a service-based professional. And LinkedIn is also a great place to brand your business as well, whether that's you or a business you've started that isn't directly your name, directly tied to you, not personal branding. The first thing I want to walk you through is you need to always regularly do an audit of your full online presence. We're primarily talking social media here because most of that needs to match your website, and the website's kind of the bigger piece. And I always recommend that people do this at least a couple times a year. But if you haven't done it lately, the end of the year is a really great place to start and get ready for 2021. So that's what we're going to talk about. I want you can make a simple spreadsheet, and I'll make a link to one and share it down in the description for you here. But make a simple spreadsheet and list all of your social media profiles that are either related to your business, or if you're also doing personal branding, include those as well. And it's really important if you're a job seeker, even more than if you're an entrepreneur, to check profiles that you wouldn't think necessarily you may need to check, such as your personal Facebook timeline. But you'll want to do that and go back and see what is viewable to the public view, and just kind of make sure that everything is reflecting the image that you want to reflect personally or in your brand out to the public. The first thing I want you to do is, after you've gone down and you've put all the social media platforms that you can think of that you need to check, Facebook personal, Facebook business page or groups, LinkedIn personal, LinkedIn business page, Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube. Make you a list of each of your platforms, and we're going to check all of them for some same basic information. Then we're going to delve into LinkedIn itself a little bit more in detail. The first thing you want to do is a quick contact check. So check across all of those and make sure things like, they call it NAP, name, address, phone. Make sure those pieces are all cohesive and the same. Your company name or your personal name matches across all of them, and the phone number that you have on all of them matches, and the website link on all of them matches, and the email address on all of them matches. Really critical if you're a business. But even if you're an individual, you want to check those pieces and make sure that it's not confusing. If I'm going and looking for a business or a person and I see 5 different phone numbers and 5 different email addresses, I may not know which one I need to pay attention to. So kind of just make sure across the board, all of your profiles, the NAP information is cohesive and it matches. And it matches what you have on your website, if you have a website. Websites are also great for individuals that are looking to market themselves. Just saying, it doesn't have to be expensive, but it can be a great way to really control the narrative and control your brand and what information is out there about you. Keep that in mind. You also want to go through and check your most current posts. You can go back as far as you want, but check when was your last update. Kind of how long ago was it? If it's a business especially, and you haven't done an update in a year or longer, it can kind of look like your business is closed. and maybe it only looks that way to the people on that specific platform, but you want to be updating your social media presence on any platform that you have a little more regularly than that. Try to do it at least once a month, even if you're a business that you don't get a lot of direct business from social media. People are still out there checking your profiles when they find them. So if you've claimed a profile on any of the social media, update it pretty often. It only takes 5 minutes if you're just posting something basic. So you don't need to spend a lot of time on it. But if you go back and you see you haven't updated in a while, this might be a great way to do it, even if it's something as simple as a holiday greeting or an end of the year message or a thank you to your customers. Same thing goes for your personal profiles if you're branding yourself personally, but you also want to make sure that those messages are things that you want people seeing. If, for example, on Facebook, you've got some things that are a little more personal that you didn't realize you made it public, you can go and actually edit the privacy on those posts and lock it down to friends only. And that way, any prospective job offer or a prospective customer, if there's something that you just feel is a little bit more personal and family oriented that you really don't want out there, you can change it. Not all of the platforms let you do things like that, which is why you want to look. And it's not bad to actually go in and delete some items if that's appropriate to having the right brand reflected. Only you will know that. Also, do a quick audit to make sure that, especially if it's branding your business, that your posts are customer oriented. If you look back and you see, on Twitter, your last 30 days worth of tweets are all very salesy, you might want to go in and remove a few of those just so it doesn't feel so overwhelming to somebody checking your profile. There's several profiles I mentioned that you will want to check. The most common ones that you might have, and I'm just going to run through this list so that you don't miss one. Obviously, Facebook. And as we said, there's your personal profile, your business page, any groups that you've made. Check all of those. Instagram, if you have a personal Instagram and a business Instagram, check both of those right now as well. LinkedIn, your personal profile, and any pages you set. You can also make groups on Instagram, so if you've done that for your business or for yourself, check that. Pinterest is pretty common to use either personally or as a business, and there may be some pinned boards that you want to change the settings if it's very personal things and you're trying to kind of brand yourself professionally as a business. You may just want to shut those down where they're only visible to you. YouTube also. Don't forget that some of your playlists that you set up can be public, and if there's something that you've been putting in a playlist that you don't think reflects your brand the way you want it to, you can shut that playlist down and make it private. For instance, if, during the COVID pandemic, a lot of us are struggling with mental health, whether it's just we feel a little bit depressed or we feel a little bit isolated. Maybe you've been looking for some videos that discuss that or that can cheer you up, and you've put them on a playlist. If that playlist is public, anyone can see what kind of videos you've been saving. And even though there's nothing wrong with that, it may not be the presence that you want to reflect to a potential client or a potential job opportunity. So look at the videos that you've posted, but also go back and look at any playlists that you've set up where you've saved other people's videos and make sure that they reflect what you want it to. There's also Snapchat, Vine, I guess people are still using it, TikTok, all of those you'll want to go through. Google Plus is also a really important one for a business, but also if you're, actually it's Google My Business now, but if you've set that up at any point, you want to go back and make sure that it's updated, that it's accurate, and that anything you've posted on it reflects the image that you want to project. Also think of places like Yelp, Nextdoor, Foursquare. And then some of the other platforms that are up and coming, which I spoke about recently, just go back and make sure that either for yourself or for your business, the brand message that you're wanting to project to the world is the one that can be seen. So do that quick audit and go through all of your platforms and just quickly make notes. It's better if you go through and audit them all at one time, which is why I'm saying use a spreadsheet, check your NAP information, make a few notes on your most recent post. If there's one you definitely want to switch off public and change it to, friends only or private, go ahead and do that as you go through. You also may notice that, hey, I want to make a few more new posts that talk about your business or talk about your availability for new job opportunities, if that's the case. So make notes. Don't try to get it done as you're doing this audit. Just focus on doing the audit and make the notes of what you need to go back and add or change and kind of do all that piece at once. And that's what helps you keep it cohesive. If you try to piecemeal it, you're going to forget what did I focus on over here, and am I saying the same general message? So do the audit as piece one, and then do the edits as piece two. Now let's talk about LinkedIn specifically, because for any business, especially if you're branding yourself personally as your business, or for any individual doing personal branding and marketing, a lot of the concepts are the same. Down in the description, there is a link for you to jump into my LinkedIn for promoting your brand course. It's a mini course, 5 parts, and you can watch that, and I'll walk you through exactly the pieces that you need to check and update and the best practices for updating those. So check that link, but I'm going to take you over the pieces really quickly. I'm not going to delve into how to do it. You can check the how to either over on that LinkedIn course, or you can check our Market You Marketing Bootcamp program, which teaches you not just only this, but so much more information and how to tie it all together. That's actually over on OnlyFans. We've just moved it to this new platform. 7-day free trial is going on that, so you can jump in there for 7 days, access the information that's already there, see if you like that kind of training that walks you through the specific how-to, and you can I'll add the link to that in the description down below as well. So the things you want to check on LinkedIn are your profile image, your cover image, your professional headline, and your about summary to start with. And again, the NAP information, name, address, phone, that's always a given. You want to do that information. But over on LinkedIn, like all of them, profile image, cover image, you have a professional headline or title in LinkedIn, and I've got some specific tips on how to really make that great in that LinkedIn mini course. And your about summary section, there's 2 pieces in that. Like a lot of the platforms, you have a short overview and then you have a longer where you can go into more detailed paragraphs. Those are also good because they contain some keywords. And if you are job searching and looking for recruiters to find you, those keywords need to be throughout. So I walk you through how to consider that information in that 5-part mini series course. And you want to make sure that you update those and make sure that they're reflecting what you want them to reflect. The summary section is a little bit longer, and you'll want to fully optimize that, keeping into account that someone just glancing at your profile is only going to see the first couple sentences. So I walk you through how to optimize that first bit for real impact, but then also flesh out the rest and make sure that your messaging and your ability to be found by keywords is good. You also want to claim a custom LinkedIn URL. If you haven't done that yet, your name is really easy to do, or your business name. So go back and do that. And on LinkedIn, there's a way that you can customize website links to take people to other online platforms that are important to you, that may be important to them, that have more of your personal brand reflected. So I walk you through how to do that as well. For example, on mine, I may customize it to say our best marketing tips, and I can use a specific URL to take people to where I want. So that's a very helpful way to do it as well. And then you also want your accomplishment section to be really fleshed out. Don't skip that section because it can help people understand you and your business. And then, of course, you want to post, at least get some set post on there if you haven't posted on LinkedIn in a while. Add a couple posts, spread them out over a couple days, and get some information out there. One of the things you can do is talk about that you're looking for a new opportunity or you're looking for new clients, and a little bit of information to define what it is you're looking for. So just a short, quick message about that piece. And you can also connect on LinkedIn to contacts that you want to get in touch with. You can connect with other people in groups, and you'll want to take this opportunity to make sure that you've gone in and checked all that and kind of updated it. And then I have another entire section that I walk you through in that little 5-part mini course that's on using some paid LinkedIn options for sales and lead generation, which is really great if you're marketing your business on LinkedIn. It can come in handy even if you're marketing yourself. So consider, if you want to make that investment, how you'd want to use it, but I walk you through all that as well, the different options for LinkedIn. So again, the end of the year is a great time for you to review all of your platforms. LinkedIn is one of the, I think, underutilized in some cases, places for anything related to business. It has some great opportunity, and if you're not using it regularly, it's definitely one you want to walk into, which is why I set up that little course that you can hop into. The course is free. The link to it is down in the description. You'll access the first lesson immediately. When you choose to access the rest of them is up to you, but you'll get an email with a link reminding you of it so that you can move yourself along. And again, if you want to take advantage of my 30 years of marketing knowledge, delving deep into not just using best practices, but as actually being someone who has established some of them and taking companies from 6 figures to 7 figures, and from high 7 figures to 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 figures, multi-billion-dollar companies. So I've moved people from 5 figures to 6, 100,000, all the way up to almost $1 million, and then taking them over that hump to the multi-million-dollar business, and at times even multi-billion. There's strategies that get you there, and the most important thing is to find ways to make it all integrated so that your messaging is repeated and efficient, so that you're not duplicating efforts, which I hate doing, and really help you focus and strategize to get to the next level. It's a lot of what the podcast is about. On OnlyFans, where we have moved our Market You Marketing Bootcamp, is the step-by-step where I teach you how to do it. So I hope I see you over there if you need that kind of, walk through how to. That's where it is now. And if not, I'll see you here next week. And remember, if you have a marketing question, you can always ask your question down below. And you can also go to our website, VickiWoo.marketing. In the bottom right-hand corner, there's a chat bubble icon. You can also ask your question there. If I don't answer you directly, which I always try to do, I may use your question on an upcoming episode. So, hope to see you soon. While you're here, check out our other videos and subscribe to our channel so that you never miss the latest marketing tips.